Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to this lovely Friday. I mean, it's Friday for me. I don't know about you guys. It's at least Friday for me, which is great and all. Always nice. Welcome back to the stream. I forgot the most important part. Oh, whoopsie. It's great when you forget things. Ah, the fun times of forgetting things. One of these days, I'll have like a checklist of just stuff that I need to have done before I get onto stream. Honestly, I haven't done that yet. I need to like make a list. Oh, there it is. There we go. And it's all caught up. Perfect. Hopefully my Minecraft feed. Oh, I need to change my OBS. Look, I never said I was fully prepared for this, let me tell you. It's, sometimes it's bad. Alright, here it is. There. Please, work. Hello? Ah, come on. There it is. Yay! It's working. So a little bit has changed since, or a little stuff has happened. I've tried to mostly stay off of here unless I'm streaming because I don't want you guys to be too far behind. I made this nice little fishing shack. I've been down there, saw it, not much. So yeah, I've been a little bit busier. I found this fishing rod with mending, so I can fish forever if I want. Went and found some bamboo and some spruce, dark oak, and regular oak trees. I needed them for my build, which actually reminds me I need to pull up that note again. Man, I hate when I forget my notes. And I'm gonna have to open up my desktop. How dare. Boom. Aha. Perfect. I think we got it all. I think I'm finally all set. Look, I've never prepared for this some days. Frost couldn't stream today, sadly. She has some homework. She does, in fact, go to some sort of higher education, which is, you know, that's her choice. But that does mean she's limited on what she can do and when she can stream. Especially because she also works like I do. However, she works in the evenings. So, she can't stream like I can. Where it's easier for me to stream in the evenings because my job is off during the day. Get rid of all that frickin' seed. All the seeds. Is my chat back on? Now that I think about it, I disabled that like forever ago. I feel like I should turn that back on. There we go. We'll have it back on. Just for now. Alright, we're working on getting stuff together for this build. Here's the chest for it. It's oh so much stuff. Which reminds me I need to go into the caves to do stuff down there. I was going to get Optifine installed, but it's being a little funky. So I haven't been able to do Fulbright for you guys. Mostly just because I haven't figured out what's going on with it. Once I do, I'll try to get Fulbright on. I know it's like a little bit of cheating since I'll be able to see everything, but I also want you guys to be able to see everything I'm doing. And I don't want to oversaturate the video. So, that's what I'll say about that. We're close to being day. Okay, a lot of the stuff isn't in there. Yeah, it's ended up down here. Gonna make a couple more axes. Because honestly, I do need it. But, oh, some more sad news. The writer, or the mangaka of Dragon Ball, has sadly passed. He's no longer with us. And I know what other people say, you know, my freaking Dragon Ball's overrated, or it's not a good series. Personally, I actually did watch all of Dragon Ball up until the Tournament of Power, and I highly enjoyed it. It was a fantastic series. You know, I was initially among those, like, skeptical people of, like, I don't know if I'd watch Dragon Ball. It seems like it's too old. It's too meh. But after going through it and actually sitting down and watching it, I actually gotta admit that it was probably one of my favorite series. Because, yeah, it was kind of the same repeat stuff, but when it comes to manga, especially stories like that, it's not about whether it's, like, repetitive, or if if things like that are not good. It's about the characters and the storyline, and, you know, what people can get from the storyline. At least that's how I see it. You know, I'm not the type of person to break down a series just because I'm like, oh, I don't like it because of this. Like, I've done that, and it can get really annoying. You know, normally you don't try to do those things, because you know if you do those things, you're going to ruin it for yourself. So and it was a bit of a challenge from one of my friends in high school. They were like, I challenge you to watch Dragon Ball. And so I did, and I enjoyed it. But yeah, people are calling out how the author was like, he didn't revolutionize anything about manga, or he didn't come up with anything creative, and I'm like, y'all, like, that's not even the point. People looked up to this man. Like, this man was known as, like, a great author. You know, it doesn't matter if he didn't revolutionize anything. It doesn't matter if he, didn't just make something new. He wrote something that thousands, if not millions, of people enjoyed. It's like saying if Captain Sparkles, the millions of people that, watched him as kids or as adults, what if people said the same thing about him? He didn't revolutionize the Minecraft industry. He didn't change how YouTube worked. He was just there. He was part of it. He helped, like, lift up this thing that had been, kind of new. But yeah, I don't see the issue with Dragon Ball. Not anymore. Not after enjoying it as much as I did. I think it's ridiculous to compare such an author to like nothing good. Like, they didn't do anything great with their story. So that's not what a story is supposed to be. Stories are supposed to tell you of adventures, of trials, of things that normal people don't always have. I mean, heck, in all of my writing experience, and I don't have an official book or anything out. I'm not a published author. I have ideas, and I've worked on those ideas. And I know who I look up to as an author. There are authors that I look up to. And it's the same thing, you know? Lots of these authors came out and they're like, you know, this dude was great. We loved him, you know? We respected this guy. So why can't people just be like all nice about it? You know? Stop comparing his series to what others are writing. That shouldn't be what we're doing here. We should be, you know, praising a man who did excellent work throughout his life. You know, making people smile and laugh and enjoy something, you know, together that people could come together as a group and enjoy and talk about. Maybe that's just me though. I'm an oddball like that. I'd rather, you know, I'd rather talk about someone's like their ideas, you know, how people respected them for like the things they helped bring to life, you know, and just shutting down an author and like kind of ripping on his death just because he wrote something like Dragon Ball is not a reason to like disrespect someone, you know. I hear a slime. Don't know where it is. Hopefully Weird Biscuit pops up. This is his favorite game. Do. Wow, really? And apparently we found a mine shaft. Didn't think we'd find a mine shaft at all. We did. You know, and that's a good thing. Having a mine shaft around is always good. Nom nom nom. I should decide on when to go to Twitch here shortly, because honestly, it's about time I pick. You know, I should have a day where I'm like, you know what, today's the day I go to Twitch. So we do that. I just haven't done it yet. I need to pick a day where I'm like, alright, today's the day where I do my first stream on frickin' Twitch. Although I don't know what I'd stream. Although I have an idea on what I'd stream, because I have been thinking about picking up Helldivers 2. Looks like a fantastic game. I've heard nothing but good things about it. And I've considered picking that up, because that is a game that looks fun to me. Might not look fun to other people, but it looks fun to me. What was it? We needed diorite. That's you, isn't it? Yep. What do I need? 20? Okay. Perfect. Let's see. What else? What else is there to talk about today? Today's been kind of a weird day where, like, nothing has happened. Oh, I did get some freaking news from Miyuki about her writing, sadly. Not that anybody really remembers her. From my older, like, some of my first streams is, Miyuki, a author friend of mine. Well, not published author, but author nonetheless. She does write fan fictions, and she has worked on 2 original stories. One is complete, the other is incomplete, but she does have a path for it to take. She reached the end of two of her fan fictions in a sense. Mostly because the seasons were like not continuing yet. You know, they were not there yet to be continued, which kind of sucks. But hey, you know, whatever. Okay. Sorry, I had to go through and make sure I had my tags right. Which they are, luckily. I need my note. I need my notes. One thing I don't think I'll ever fully change about my Minecraft or about my streams is eating during them. I think it's nice to be able to eat during stream. Personally, I don't think it's totally worthwhile to just sit down and always have to break down time to eat, you know? Oh, there's an Enderman. Like an Enderman. Oh, well, it says I need spruce doors, so I guess we can chop down a couple trees real quick. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know if I want to announce this yet. Me and Frost might be working on a story. Now, it's a bit of an odd story, but I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to say too much about it. But it's a story that I came up with, and she thought was kind of a fun idea. If we ever actually get to working on it, we're thinking about making it like a webtoon or like a scroll to read comic. Like I think Solo Leveling took that route. One Punch Man is also like a web comic. It's a webtoon type thing, and then it became a manga / light novel. We're currently working on some ideas, some concepts. And like I said, don't want to spoil it because spoilers, you know, who wants spoilers? I mean, a lot of people actually. Some people enjoy having spoilers. I am not one of those. Unless it's something I don't care about. And then I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take a spoiler. Anybody else like that on spoilers? Like if they, you know, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you know, if you like it, you don't want spoilers. But if you do, if you don't, you're like, sure, I'll take a spoiler. All right. Spruce gates and spruce stores and fences. Wow. Lots of stuff. Well, let's make the doors real quick. So there's the doors. Fence gates. I can make some spruce fences. How many do I need? I need 32. 12 is 36. 11 is 33. It's one more than I technically need, but whatever. So now we need spruce gates. Six of those. Trapdoors. Trapdoors. Holy crap. Lots of trapdoors. Need 8 stacks of trapdoors. What the heck? Alright, 8 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay, there we go. Now we need slabs. Spruce slabs. We'll need how many? 3 stacks. Plus 8. Fun. This is how Minecraft works. Lots of waiting. Although, I guess while I'm waiting, I can expand the farm in a sense to incorporate cows and pigs and stuff. Oh, we got a ton of dark oak. Okay, that works perfectly in our favor. Dark oak gives you so much freaking wood. Alright, let's see. Fences. Dark oak fences. That's 18. That's 30. Okay. You know, sometimes I can't even place things straight, apparently. I need to get a DMCA free playlist to get on here, so I can play like tunes for you guys. So I feel like it's sometimes just boring listening to me talk or not having anything to talk about, you know? Perfect, and there we go. Okay, we need to get cows. Cows are pigs. Cows are pigs. Cows are pigs. I mean, let's grab cows. Shucks. We'll throw all the wheat out. Dang it. Could get pigs then. Oh, wait, I need to go put down this diorite. So that is the thing I needed to do. There we go. Woo! All the fun stuff. Let me check these off real quick. Oh man, lots of extra stuff on here. Alright, I was gonna go see if there's, like, dripstone down here. Because if I want fuel efficiency, I need to have something like lava. Which can now be infinite. I don't know. I don't trust myself some days. Anybody else get that way where you're like considering something and then you're like, best not do it. And it's suddenly like, yeah, that's probably for the best not to do it. I feel like that's just me. I think it's just me overthinking things. Being an overthinker. Lots of war. Lots of space down here. Yep, we reached the end. Man, where's Weird Biscuit? Normally Weird Biscuit's like quick to join. That, and I feel like I haven't seen SCP in a while. Those two are like my main people to talk to. Although, if I do move to Twitch, I might get some new people. Which is sad to think about, you know? I love hanging out with SCP and Weird Biscuit. But times are changing. I guess. Oh man. I need my axe. There's a skelly boy over there. Oh, that's some gold. And it's a zombie who cannot swim. Here, another zombie. Oh, I see a few. You guys can just, you guys can take the water. I'll simply just swim up. Let you guys be around. The singular torch I shall light up here. Well, we know there's at least a decent lava source below us. The question is where to get some dripstone. That's the question. Oh, hello, it's night. Don't mind at night. I know you're looking at that cave, and you're feeling pretty brave. That is an old song. Man, I feel like I've been around for, like, the peak of, like, a lot of games. And now they're all just, like, kind of dying off, you know? Like, I was around for, like, Pokemon Black and White, and, what's some other, like, Halo. When Halo, like, 4 or 5 came out, there was, like, some big hype around that. Same with Call of Duty. Oh, hey, it's SCP. I was just talking about you. You said you're good? I mean, I was going to say, how are you? But if you're doing good, you're doing good, you know? Ugh, I hate this tree already. Why am I talking about you? Mostly just because I mentioned that you're, like, one of the few normal people I have. And how if I switch to Twitch, that might not ever be the case again. Yeah, just saying. Normal people as in you come to my streams often. Not that you're, like, necessarily normal. I would never call myself normal. I'm definitely not. I know that much. It's a giant tree. That it? Is that the last log that's highest? Great. I mean, I know you'll change over, but it just comes down to, like, a whole, you know, there will be other people other than you, possibly. Which isn't a bad thing. That's actually a good thing, typically, is when you get more viewers. It's just going to be weird. You know, you're normally around, and then you may not be. It's just kind of up in the air, you know? Nothing bad, though. Oh, SCP, you're an anime fan, right? You broke... How dare you? How dare you? People like me have to fix those things, you know? But you're an anime fan, right? Sort of? Maybe? Can't remember if you're an anime fan or not. Kind of? Okay, well, I mean, that's enough, because most people... The person who wrote Dragon Ball... the person who wrote Dragon Ball passed. Like, on March 1st. He passed. Yeah. Man, I always forget his name, but yeah, he passed. And people are, like, trashing on the fact that everybody's, like, sad that this person that he passed. And they're trashing on him because they're like, oh, he's the Dragon Ball guy. It's like, yeah, he was the Dragon Ball guy. He's like the guy above the guys. You know? They need to make him a character in DBZ. Honestly, yes. I would love to see him as a character in DBS. especially with the newer content coming out on DBS. I'd love to see him just be there. He's like one of the like random humans that you'd encounter. I swear I got every single... I see a log. I see a log. I swear I thought I'd gone every log. There are no more logs, right? Sure. But I better not be something stupid. I've seen kids sit on theirs and break them. I've heard about kids throwing them off like a second floor balcony. Yes, that actually did happen. I've seen the Chromebook. Okay. Why would you punch it? It's not the computer's fault for being slow. It's the frickin' Wi-Fi. Or the RAM. Well, of course it went through. Most monitors aren't built to take a punch. Shockingly. And I've seen it done before, so even if you're lying, I'm not saying you are, but I've seen it happen where punches do go through like full monitors. So, even if you're like lying about it, it's still pretty convincing. Oh yeah. No, it's like a lot of like Chromebooks and things like that are very odd. Because they can take full drops and hits and things like that. And then there's just those random times where you close it just wrong and it shatters the screen. Yeah, that sounds about right for most monitors. They aren't too thick nowadays. Plus, schools don't want to spend money on nice monitors. Trust me, I know. I actually bought myself I bought a portable monitor for myself for work. And I love the crap out of that thing. That thing is nice. But yeah, I hate the fact that people are like trashing. Let's stop. Don't do that. I'm gonna turn off my chat if I need to. But yeah, I hate the fact that everybody's trashing on this like great thing. I want to see what it calls some of them. I just want to see what it calls. Oh, okay. Well, just don't overpopulate it. You tend to overpopulate it. But yeah, I hate how they're just trashing on DBZ and DBS because the guy is dead. And it's like, do you really have to be that big of a jerk to be like, yeah, this is how it's gonna happen? And it's like, why? Why do you have to be a jerk about it? I don't get it. Maybe it's just me, though. I'm a nice guy. But still, I think it's just... Well, I mean, okay. Technically, yes and no. because of how it works out, DBZ is one of the longer ones, but not currently running. You could claim Dragon Ball is one of the longest running series, but not Dragon Ball Z, because technically DBZ and DBS and DB are all different stories. Technically, it's a whole thing. It gets very messy and complicated when you think about it. Yeah, and that's like my thing about it. You know, and yeah, Dragon Ball as a series, as a complete world and series, has existed for quite some time. But I wouldn't say I wouldn't say each one as a whole. It's been running a long time. But if you want to divide it up into DBZ, DBS, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball GT, if you want to divide it up that way, it's not the longest. Something like that would be more like One Piece, which I think holds the current title for the longest running anime and manga. But One Piece is very long. I've considered getting back into it. I've been on a bit of a hiatus from it. Mostly because I was going through the Wano, but the very early beginning of the Wano Kingdom, the older episodes, yeah. I think because it's the older stuff, you have less of the conflict of, like, need for filler. So you've got more you can work with and be kind of crazy with. But yeah, the beginning of Wano just takes forever to get through because you know, they go through the whirlpool, Luffy tries to catch the fish, and then they go through that whirlpool, and they are all divided up on Wano. And then it's like each one is like doing their own little story while trying to meet back with everyone. It's hard to like go through if you're not ready for it. And I just wasn't ready for it at the end. Although I will say, watching the live action, I ended up having a newer account. Man, nice, good job. You banned yourself. You made me lose my train of thought. How could you? Now I can't think of it. Nice. That sucks. Yeah, Wano just takes a bit to get into, but Wano also has, like, some of the best stuff happening in it. You know? That's what I'll say about it. Ah. Hey, you're not the only one that can't spell some days. What was it? Absurd. I forgot how to spell absurd today. I don't know why that's the one word I forgot how to spell. But it was. The weirdest freaking word in the world to forget how to spell. Yeah. For whatever reason, I could not remember how to spell it today. And you ever hear, like, you ever just, like, you're out and you're, like, watching something and someone says a word and you're like, how do you spell that word? Or what is that word? I ran into that today, too. Which was kind of annoying. It's the worst when you, like, when you're trying to like remember how things are, and it's like, I don't know. Yeah, that's not even it for me today. Today I could not spell for anything. Plus, I type when I do write. I actually type a lot. For whatever reason, my fingers sometimes react faster than my brain reacts faster than my fingers. And so I run into a situation where it's like I'll be typing out really quick, and then all of a sudden I'm like misspelling every single word. I was doing rank scrims. Nice. It's always bad but good when you have to carry a team, because when you do carry it, it's like, great, I'm really good at this. But it's also like, I hate the fact that you made me carry you. 4v4 I ran from 4 people for 2 minutes. That's impressive. Although that makes me think about the like world tag series. That's an actual sport that I didn't know was a thing. But yeah, there's people out there who competitively play tag, and it's crazy. Yeah, that tends to happen. Ugh, man. My phone just buzzed twice. I mean, we play fun. Oh, I see what's going on. Already sleepy? What do you mean? I'm not that tired. Shockingly, today I actually wasn't very tired. And it's only 8 o'clock. It's not that late. SCP, have you heard about Helldivers 2? Like, have you seen it played or anything? No? Oh, man. Dang. I'm looking to, like, get a small squad together one of these days, and buy, like, Helldivers 2 with some friends or something. It's a very, if you ever want to look into it, it looks like it's a fun game. At least to me. Is that like no. That's not at all what it is. Let's see, what's the best way to describe it? It's a game that takes place in a future Earth, or on a future Earth, where you're going out into the universe and fighting things, fighting to liberate planets from automatons, robots, or bugs. And it's basically turned from this game of people, and what's interesting is the director and like game creators have come out and stated that they will not add PvP to it. Yeah, it's neither of those. But yeah, basically all you're doing is you're being a super soldier when you're not a super soldier, and you're trying to help liberate planets from like automatons or other other alien things, such as, you know, bugs, alien insects. But yeah, should play. I don't have VR. That's the thing, is I borrowed Joey's like forever ago, but I don't use it. I don't know. It's not one of those games for me, I feel. Like, don't get me wrong, cool game, but not my type of game. Yeah, he does. He does have a Quest 2? Yeah, a Quest 2. Same with Frost. I think Frost has a Quest 2. But I prefer, don't get the Quest 3. Why not? What's wrong with the Quest 3? I know some people who have it. It has shit tracking. Oh, well. Such is technological development, as they say. But yeah, that one's not for me. I prefer something like Beat Saber. I love Beat Saber. That is my kind of game. Then again, I think it's mostly because I can get motion sick. So doing certain activities or tasks just mess with my head. Joey should play Gorilla Tag. You'll have to talk to him in that for that one. Because I don't know. Rec Room makes you feel sick? Never heard of that, that's what I'll say. How much sandstone did I need? When I don't know exactly when Joey will stream either. That's my thing. Is I wish I knew. You know, I wish we had a more set schedule for some things. But we just don't, and it sucks that we don't have like set time set aside for these things. Although, I did hear a rumor that Joey might get into VTubing. Might. Of course you're gonna go bully the children. SCP, would you watch COD Zombies if I played COD Zombies on here? Like, well, I'm talking MW3 COD Zombies. Although I do have Black Ops. You would? Because I've considered playing it on here. I just haven't fully decided whether I want to or not. Especially because I've gotten pretty good at playing that game. And I hate the fact that I've gotten good at it. Well, as long as it's live and there's gameplay to watch. That's how it goes. I mean, this is such invigorating content right here. Or if you're reacting to something. You have asked if I would do a try not to laugh challenge. To think that you want me to do a try not to laugh challenge is like, is a torture in my head. Because I know I could do it. I know I can. But I also don't trust myself. See, here's my thing. If I am to do a chat, I would keep it probably under 30 minutes. Like, it wouldn't be a big part of the stream. You know, I would keep it nice and short, and I would make it so chat would be a part of the stream, and then we'd move on to, like, some gameplay. I like that format. Yeah, I totally understand. Of course you'd get bored with that. What did you remember? Egg. Dang it. Oh, right. I forgot this was here. Let's see. Nothing. Nothing. Book reading website where there's like One Piece books. What do you mean? That sounds interesting. The Jam Chronicles, and had a friend post it on the website, but I don't remember the website. Well, that's a shame. There's other books too. Well, it sounds like it's Wattpad almost. Which is where Miyuki writes. She was complaining to me today a little bit about some of her fanfiction stories. It is Wattpad. Yeah, I know Wattpad. I've been on Wattpad. Wattpad is interesting, to say the least. That's what I'll say. Big brain, remember. Yeah, after I say the website name to you, then you remember. You don't remember before I say the name. So therefore, you do not have big brain. You have medium brain. I have big brain because I was reaction to reading Jam Chronicles. That'd be funny. I have big brain because I brought pan of food downstairs to eat while streaming. But I also have salt and pepper at my desk. Because big brain. So it's like a 12-minute reading. Yeah, that would be something like I do maybe if it's like a reward on Twitch, you know, I'll put it as like a random redeem type thing. I wouldn't make it absurdly high, but high enough that I'd be like, you know, you big brain. Omelets aren't that hard to make. You're literally just folding egg over egg. I made my mom, so I was over there at my mom's house this morning to do something, and she complimented my eggs because I made like the perfect fried egg, apparently. Or I made it look like a perfect fried egg. Don't know what I did differently. I just cooked the eggs like I normally do. And it wasn't even the first time that she's done that about my eggs. Which got me, because I was like, that's weird. It's funny, but weird. Ugh. You suck at making eggs, and somehow managed to burn ramen noodles while they were in the water. Yeah, that is somehow not shocking, given how things like that work. Yeah, it's just not shocking. You have magic powers. Yeah, I have magic powers. Instead of burning my food, I make my food so good that I get vultures. Because everybody in my frickin' family, whenever I make food at the family house, everybody wants some of my food. Like, I can't even make a box of pasta for myself. Well, not right now. I ain't reading that right now. I'd have to dig through Wattpad to find it. And I'm not particularly in a digging mood right now. I know I saw some coal somewhere. This is why I need Fulbright, not only for you, but for me. I may easily do stuff. When you're done with if I'm done with the Minecraft, I'm gonna end the stream. That's how that works. I'm a gameplay person, not a read the story immediately. I'll keep it on like a back burner for a story idea. Or for like a stream idea. Is to read that. But no guarantees that I ever will. You know, I should have messaged Joey, see if he wanted to get on to do some COD zombies. We could have streamed it. That would have been fun. Yeah, it's 12 minutes that I'm not doing now. You want me to message him now? But what if he's asleep? We don't want to wake a sleeping god. That's a terrible idea. Just switchy game. What do you think I'd do if I was switching to another game? As I would switch to a new game. I just don't know if I'll read right now. Ooh, that's a skelly boy. Hello, skelly boy. Got him. Ow. There we go. Tell him it was SCP idea. Alright, well I have to get out of harm's way with these frickin' zombies everywhere. Woo! That was an arrow. Alright. I'm in a sort of safe place. Until it's suddenly not. Santa hold Moon hostage for Cookie. I thought that was Gru. Doesn't Gru hold the Moon hostage, technically? At least for a time. Got him! Scary animal. So scary. Very scary. Perfect. Oh, my torch is gone. That is a skelly. Woo! Dip, duck, dodge, dive. I feel like I should just start making some, like, movie quotes. Actually, you want to know what would be funny? Is if I got, like, a bunch of anime scenes, and I voice acted those, just for the kick of it. Just to see how well you guys would react to it, whether it'd be good, bad, or just, like, don't ever do it again. I made diabetes the drink. Well, must be a good drink. Although, I feel like it'd be so sweet that I wouldn't want it. Therein lies my issue. If something's too sweet, I won't like it. Oh my gosh. Some days I love Joey. Some days I'm just concerned. Because Joey did respond. But, man, I don't know how to respond to what he said. Wow. Woo! Dodge. Oh. So, the first message that Joey sent was, "I'm currently hanging myself." And then he said, a second later, coughing. Coughing. I meant coughing. he's over there hanging himself, guys. Joey's, the god wants to die, apparently. Although this wouldn't be the first time a god has wanted to die. It's just... Oh, I love Joey. He got the flu. He got the, like, a weirdly non-contagious type of flu. So he's just suffering in his house right now. All by himself. It's pretty bad for him. I'm just over here making fun of how he types. He's saying no, gonna go to bed early. Definitely not here. Yeah, poor Joey. Joey is just not having a good day. I mean, Frost is also kind of sick. Like, apparently our whole friend group kind of got sick. Which somehow isn't overly shocking. At least to me. Come on! I even looked out for you. My friends aren't always sick. They're not always sick. They're sick frequently, just not always. Now, sir, do you mind? Well, Frost does have asthma and a few other issues that leave her immune system a little bit more compromised than others. So she does have some stuff like that. I swear, I saw more diamonds. Where were they? They're there. Joey... I think Joey just has allergies. I think just some really bad allergies. Me, I don't get too sick very often, but when I do get sick, it's like, it's bad. Like, I'm like dying type bad type stuff. I mean, I guess I could switch over to zombies and play by myself for a bit. do a single match on stream. Although, I don't know. That's a maybe. It's a big maybe. That's the other thing I feel about Twitch. Like, YouTube has more kids, I feel, than Twitch does. Like, Twitch, you get at least typical teens and young adults, whereas everything else is, like, kids. Yeah, COVID was one of those things where you can get it and be okay, and then you can be okay, and then you're suddenly, like, dying. What do you mean Twitch don't have SCP? You said you'd move over. Only YouTube do. I mean, if you don't want to come to my streams, then that's up to you. Because once I switch, I don't know if I'll be switching back anytime soon. I might just stay on there all the time. Well, either way, I think I might end it here. It's a little early, a little earlier than most of my streams. Well, you're the one who said might. If you don't want to come, you don't have to. But yeah, I think I'll end it here. I know I haven't done much this episode. Or this live stream, mostly because I hate having to wait for trees to grow. I'm not super sleepy right now. I'll probably go and watch something. Watch something or pull up a different game. I'm not sure. Maybe just do some Honkai, because I do need to catch up on some Honkai. Although I did get Sparkle, the new character. Yeah, you gotta love the pink shirt. Although I'm currently wearing a Halo Infinite shirt in real life right now. It's a fantastic shirt, love it. It's a great shirt. But yeah, I think that's it. I got nothing else. I mean, I wish Weird Biscuit showed up. He didn't show up today. Like, what the heck? Where is Weird Biscuit? Don't you dare. I'm on OBS. I can turn it off right now. Ah, I knew it. There it is. The stupid chat. The whole reason I turn it off is for that. It didn't track my head very good. That, like, snap, it's not good at tracking. I know. I wish Weird Biscuit had showed up, because Weird Biscuit being around is always fun. I love Weird Biscuit. I might say he's a better person than you some days. Not even at the end of streams. Why do you want to do it in general? Like, why do that in general? You don't have to, you know? I mean, he definitely sticks around more than you do some days. That's what I'll say about that. He does tend to stay a little bit longer. Too bad, so sad. That's what you get for not watching my streams. Well, turn your notifications on. That's all you gotta do. Obviously. That sounds like a you issue more than it is a my issue. So that's what I'll say. But either way, yeah. Well, oh gosh, the volcano head. Hey, it's Jogo from JJK. Volcano green, lava orange. So it is Jogo. Got it. That's great. You gotta love Jogo. Please tell me you know who Jogo is. Please tell me, SCP, you know who Jogo is. I don't want to pull it up. I really don't. You don't know who he is? Oh, SCP. You are just hurting my soul. Let me pull it up real quick. What kind of name is Jogo? That's his name. I don't know how else to tell you, but his name is Jogo. That's who he is. That's who it is. Let's see. I think it's. I think it'll be this one. Let's see if it works. I don't know if this will work. It might not work. Yeah, it's been a little funky. That's fine. I'll just change this real quick to. Oh, come on. You know, you'd think it'd just work. We'll do this. We'll just add a quick window capture. Yeah, there we go. Oh, jeez. I forgot to resize it. Let me resize it real quick. But yeah, this is Jogo. This man. This is Jogo. Believe it or not. It's from that's an anime. It's like DBZ. It's an anime. It looks kind of dumb. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's supposed to be like a spirit, like a cursed spirit, as they call it. He's actually a really high level cursed spirit. It's a good one. It's a newer one, and it's pretty good. I compared it to Bleach, but I also have seen it compared to Naruto, like classic kid Naruto. Bleach was a good series. I have enjoyed Bleach. It was my fifth anime. I think it was right around my fourth or fifth. Naruto, it took me forever to get through. No, I'm not doing that tonight. Not tonight. It's 8:30. Probably not something I'll do for a little bit. Maybe one day. Next stream. Next stream will be Wednesday. Next Wednesday. Well, maybe I could pull it off Monday. Maybe I might be able to do a Monday. I'm very good at Englishing. Apparently, I can't talk today. Yeah, I think I could do either a Monday or at the very least next Wednesday will be a stream. I spent like 2 days. That's not that bad. I mean, Miyuki has spent months writing multiple stories. Like, it's outrageous how long she's worked on some of those stories. Well, I mean, that's good. Writing is always a good skill to have. Yeah. Well, how long is it? Like 1,200 words tops? Oh, man. Apparently, I've got the yawns. It's out of everything going on. I've got the yawns. Oh, let's see. You don't know how long it is? Yeah, I'm not seeing it. What do you mean? Why do I type? What do you mean? That's how I've always typed. I didn't type any differently than I normally do. I mean, there is a difference when I have my keyboard more in front of me versus off to the side, which is like now, because I like having more open space for my mouse. Um, I've never really done anything specifically towards typing. Um, so I mean, let's see. Oh, I think it's this one. This one is something one of my coworkers recommended. How tall am I? 5 something. I can't remember. I'm not like close to 6 feet. I'm like 5'4". I'm not very tall. I'm like average. But yeah, this is. I mean, that was a terrible run. That was a terrible run. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. There's a decent score. 64 with a 93% accuracy. That's a decent speed. Mm-hmm. It's not too bad. Yeah, so I think this is like, so yeah, timing, we can do like, let's try 60 seconds, you know? There you go. 66. Yeah, I did mess up on general. Then again, I look at my keyboard typically when I type, and you're not supposed to. Um, it's what they call as a bad habit is looking at your keyboard while typing. But I always have, and it's just to help me like spell easy. Um, but with a 93% accuracy and a 66 word per minute, it's not bad. It's actually a really good score. Well, let's see. Yeah, there you go. Most people, it's about 40. Yeah, for admins, executive assistants, or whose jobs heavily rely on computer skills, the average typing speed is around 60 words per minute, which is what I'm at, right around 66, 63 to 66. Just a little hard. It's not that bad. Once you get used to a keyboard, it's actually really easy to do it fast. My job is Chipotle. Hey, Chipotle is a good place to start. I mean, I've got more of a career behind me right now, but I have to like work towards it. But yeah, I mean, okay, here's like a good quantity. I don't know how. So this is at least some sort of article. But yeah, here's what it is. Here's what most people have it at. Yeah, I hear their food is not great. But yeah, the anybody who works in the legal industry is about 60 words a minute, whereas manufacturing is about 46 words a minute. And you can see the differences in like how much typing there actually is in that type of career. So that's just kind of how it breaks down. Well, you want to know the best way to improve typing on a keyboard? It's to literally do things like this. To just sit and type. That's kind of how it is. I mean, you can even add numbers in here and it changes the whole thing. Or punctuation and numbers. Makes it a whole new thing. Yeah, when you get the thumb speed down, typing on mobile is pretty good. I heard about a kid in one of my middle school teacher's classes who was so good at typing on a flip phone that they could have it open in their pocket and type out messages to people. They were that good at it. Whoa. There's some crazy stuff on here. How do you like quick type on a flip phone? It's not that bad. I've typed on a flip phone before. Flip phones aren't terrible to type on. They take a little getting used to because there's not a key for each letter. What do you mean, like on a computer? Or just, how does someone get that kind of skill? That's the real question. Which one are you talking about? Oh, yeah, you just memorize the buttons. Like where the buttons are. Because it's a 10 key, or like a 10 or like something like that. It's not hard. Have you seen flip phones? You've had to have seen a flip phone. Not these newer ones, but like something like this, yeah. Typing on something like this wasn't always difficult. It was actually quite easy. You know, yeah, they're not hard to break. They're actually really easy to break. But yeah, flip phones like this, I've learned to type on them pretty quick. You just have to know how to do it. It took a while for me to learn how to do it, but I've done it. It makes it interesting. I mean, the phones that apparently they're putting in museums now are phones that I've, like, seen and used. Like, I think there's a museum who put a flip phone, like a flip phone like this, in a museum. Have you broken a hole in your door by stubbing your toe in it? No, because I don't walk into my door. I open my door before I walk through it. I'm not that old. These were just what I knew about. I mean, there were also, oh, come on. If it, lets me type. Yeah, I had a phone like this. I think this was, like, my first phone. Yeah, this was, like, my first phone. And after I had this phone, I had this phone. Those were the, like, two phones I had. When I was, that was 5th and 6th grade? Back in 2012, 2011? Yeah, right around then. Those were the phones I had. I mean, specifically, I had one like this, and I had one like this. It was this one first, and then it was this little guy. No, I'm not that old. How old were you thinking I was? About 11 years too too early for that one. I'm 23. I'll be turning 24 later this year. Yeah, maybe. I'll class that as a hard maybe. I hope I'm telling Frost all about this conversation tomorrow. she's gonna hear this. It's gonna be funny. But yeah, these are the phones that I had as a kid. This conversation where you thought I was like 34. No, I'm not that old. Heck, I remember like the first iPads. Like, we're talking Gen 1 iPads. This is what I grew up with. Like, when iPads were out, this is what I had. Well, I didn't think that. But yeah, this is what I had when I was growing up, was like the 16-pin thick charger cable for an iPad. Yeah, I'm not old. Not that old. I may seem old. I definitely make jokes about things that are older than me. Because I grew up watching things like MASH and, let's see. there were a lot of things I grew up watching when I was way younger that were not the same. Oh, yeah. Um my voice, it sounds different to me every time I hear it, but I know my voice sounds like kind of deeper across a recording versus like in person. So I have heard that before. People have thought I was more mature than I was. Like in middle school, in 7th grade, someone was like, "Oh, it was like near end of year," and they're like, "I thought you were in 8th grade like me." I was like, "No, I'm just really mature, apparently." But yeah, I grew up with like this guy. I grew up with the iPod Nano. Yeah, this like, I grew up with some of these little guys. Oh my gosh, I remember having like this one and this one. Those were the two I had. Was the first and the iPods were so much fun. Oh man. This was also one I had, was the 2 gig pink type one. I had one of these but silver. I also had a green one at one point. Yeah, no, they suck. They're crappy. But yeah, look at that. I like how it's still $110 for this little thing. What's my mouse? Oh, my mouse is this character. She was a VTuber. And she released a mouse character. And so I picked it up and put it on my mouse. Because I was like, I want a custom mouse, and I got one. But yeah, I remember having some of these iPods. Man, I remember the charging dock for this guy. The charging dock was so annoying, but so interesting. They were charging it through the 3.5 millimeter jack. Ah, man, what was another? Thinking back to some of these things, it's like crazy. I remember I remember the time before computers became more mainstream, that you wouldn't call a PC a PC. No, it was a PC tower. It wasn't a PC, it was a PC tower. There was that specification of like what a PC was. You had a PC tower and you had a monitor. They were very different things, and they still are. Yeah, a PC tower. I mean, it's just a regular PC. They basically just talk about it as like a case, but this is basically a PC tower. That's what it used to be called, I swear. Like, trust me on this, it was weird. For whatever reason, it like shifted in like language. What is a PC tower? Computer tower. That's all it is. This is a PC tower. So yeah, then you also have these guys that were like, you had to buy a specific monitor to use the PC attached to it that had a keyboard plugged into it. It was a whole thing. But yeah, it was... Yeah, you got mini towers. I've seen some mini towers. MIDI towers are very interesting. Mid towers and full towers. But that's what it was before you broke part of your locker. Jeez. But yeah, that's what it was. Long before like anything else. That's what it was. It was a PC tower. Oh man. Stop making me feel older than I actually am. And that mac and cheese hit the spot. That thing was delicious. Although I could have used a little bit more water. Nice and cold. Jam Chronicles reaction with Joey and Frost. Maybe someday. Not today. She's working right now and Joey's going to bed, remember? That's how it is. Uh-oh. I switched back to the YouTube page. You each read a part. I went back to the YouTube page for my live stream, and it took time to update the chat. I couldn't find it. For whatever reason, I couldn't find it on Wattpad. I did try looking it up. I couldn't find it. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't find it, but I just couldn't. Okay, but I can't find it on Wattpad. If I want to read it, I have to find it. But if I can't find it, well, there's no way I'm going to be able to read it. Is it called the Jam Chronicles or like Jam Lore? That's the real question. Yeah, I looked for that earlier and I couldn't find it. See, it doesn't show it. Shows a lot of like random stuff. Well, either way, it would pull up with this. Like, even if we search for specific length of parts. Well, I kind of figured that, but yeah, there's 112 stories. 112,000 stories. Ain't no way am I gonna go digging through all of those just to find one little book. Again, that's not going to change much. Trust me, it's not going to change much. That's still 90,000 books or stories that I'd have to look through just for one. I ain't scrolling through 90,000 books. Not tonight. It's not that Wattpad is stupid. You just gotta find a different way to send it to me. Or like, or anything. I don't know. Send it to Miyuki. She'll send it to me. Well, then that's your problem. And I'm not gonna go digging for it. Not personally. Alright, I need to call it. We're calling it here. We are calling it. It's gonna be done. Miyuki Tempest, my friend. She writes on Wattpad. She's a writer on Wattpad. She'll write there, and if anybody pops up, she can send it and forward it to me. But either way, I'm ending the stream. This stream is over. It needs to end. So I will call it good night. I'll see you either Monday, Wednesday, at least a female. Yes, because this is Stream Elements. I got this for free. Suck it up. That's just what it came with. And I'm out of here. Goodbye.